welcome or welcome back to my channel. So I am currently getting ready for the day, but I thought that I would quickly intro this video right here while I'm getting ready. So if you could not figure out from the title, this is going to be a 24-hour readathon video. I don't know if you guys have seen that going around on YouTube for a couple of years. There's a few different ways you can do it. Some people attempt to do the full 24 hours straight, like no sleep, just reading for 24 hours. I personally am not going to do that because I value my sleeping time. And as much as I love to read, I don't think I could do that for 24 hours straight. So I'm going to use the timer method where I put on a stopwatch and pause it whenever I have to stop to eat or sleep or take a shower, and then I unpause it when I go back to reading. So this could take a couple of days to reach the full 24 hours. Basically just seeing how many books I can get through in a 24-hour time frame, and it's gonna go over the span of this weekend. So it's currently Friday, August 4th, and there's a couple of reasons that I've been wanting to do this video for a while now. One of those reasons being that I set a very high TBR for myself this month in August, and I want to get through a lot of those books. Secondly, it always just seemed so fun to me, like the concept of filming a 24-hour readathon video. I don't know, but I put it on my summer bucket list and I can finally check that off. And thirdly,
I explained it really badly in this clip, so I'm popping in here editing to explain better. But the third reason I wanted to do this challenge was because I feel like I've been spending a lot of time on my phone, which is not the healthiest habit. I want to cut down on my screen time, therefore reading is a great way to do something more productive than just sitting on TikTok all day. And yeah, that was another reason why I decided to do this challenge.
Just need to finish up my mascara, and then I'm going to straighten my hair, and then we will start the 24-hour readathon challenge. What's in my eyebrow? I don't know. So behind me, up there, can you see it? That is my TBR for the month of August, and as you can probably tell, it is quite long. There are a lot of books on it, so I'm gonna narrow it down to about 5 books that I hope I can get read in the 24 hours. I don't know if that's too ambitious, not enough. I've never done this before. I don't really know what an appropriate amount of books to reach for is, so I'm gonna pick out 5 of these books that I hopefully can read in 24 hours. So this is my mini TBR for the video. These are the books I'm going to try to read, but if I spontaneously decide I want to read something else from the TBR, I'll do that. So the first one I definitely can try to read. It's very, very short. It's called Boy Meets Boy. It's a cute little high school romance between 2 boys, and it's kind of funny because I found this secondhand at a library book sale and bought it for $1, but when I opened it I realized somebody read this and highlighted quotes, so that's gonna be kind of fun to see what whoever read this book before me thought stood out to them as quotes, so I'm kind of excited for that. So next book I might read is 7 Days in June. I believe this is a second chance romance. Next, beach read. This is such a popular book and I wanted to read it on a beach, but I never really went to a beach this summer, and when we did it was only for an hour, so I couldn't really read this book.
POV, me being a literal catfish pretending that I was reading beach read on the beach, but I really wasn't.
So beach read, this is a romance between 2 authors, and I think they swap genres. If I stay, I actually already started this book. I'm about 28 pages in, but it's a pretty short book. I know it looks a little longer, but the end is actually all just interview stuff and the start of another book, so it's actually only about 230 pages. So I want to finish this first because it's actually my school's summer reading book that I chose, but I was going to read it anyway because I already had the book. And then last but not least, it's actually a library book I checked out. It's called Divine Rivals. I feel like you might have seen this somewhere if you're on BookTube, Book Talk, because this book is everywhere right now. Everybody's talking about it. For how much it's talked about, I don't really know much about the plot, but I'll tell you guys when I figure it out. Those are the books that I'm going to try my best to... Oh, Divine Rivals is backwards, but you know this is Divine Rivals. Pretend the spine is facing you. These are the books that I hopefully will read today. I keep saying today, but it's really the next few days. We'll see how that actually goes. I'll probably be laughing at myself at the end of this video. Let's get started. Because I want to fully devote my time for the next
24-ish hours. Actually gonna not be using my phone today unless it's for reading purposes, like if I have an audiobook I want to listen to on my phone, or I want to mark something as read on Goodreads. I actually am using the app Flora. That sounded like a segue into a sponsorship. It's not, but this app basically allows you to like restrict yourself from certain apps. No distractions today. I'm not going to be using social media. I'm just going to be reading. Lighting is going to be all over the place in this video because my room has not the best lighting, but I am going to try to like switch up where I read, so it's not all going to be in the same room. Don't worry if you're getting bored of it already. We are going to open up the clock app, start our stopwatch. I'm going to hit the pause button whenever I need a break, whenever I have to do something, and then resume it. Hopefully, I've seen some people's videos where their stopwatch randomly goes back to 0, so I'm gonna keep track of it on like a piece of paper so that I remember like where it's at and hope it doesn't stop. That would be horrible if it stopped and I forgot what time I was at. Start. So it's going on my iPad. I'm gonna start reading and I'll update you guys throughout the day. I'd probably say that we're starting at almost exactly 10 o'clock. So yeah, that seemed relevant to mention. Hi guys, so we're a little bit over an hour officially into the 24-hour readathon, and I am exactly on page 100 of If I Stay, and I don't think I said what this book is about. So basically, at the very beginning of this book, this girl named Mia and her family, which is her parents and her little brother Teddy, get into a car accident, and Mia kind of is having this out-of-body experience, literally, where she is stuck between life and death, and she has to decide if she wants to stay with her little brother or die, because both her parents like died. It's hard to explain. It's a really interesting concept, but this book is told in like flashback format, so we're getting like a really deep glance into her life up until the car accident. So it's like showing how she met her boyfriend, how her and her best friend became friends, memories with her grandparents. It's just like her whole life story basically, and then every now and then it'll go back to the present where she's out of her body and at the hospital and everyone's in the waiting room. I'm 100 pages in. I have a good 130 pages left, and I am liking it a lot better than I did at the beginning, now that we're into the deep of the story and it's not just like leading up to the car accident. Bye. Oh, bye. Anyways, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to finish this book. Guys, I just clicked on the stopwatch and this is what it's been doing for 2 hours. So since that was the fail, I'm gonna switch to doing a timer instead. So I started this at 10, it's 12 now, so I have 22 hours left. So yeah, I have like an actual timer going now. Hopefully this works, but I'm really glad that I ended up starting on pretty much on the dot, so it's not too hard to do the math. I'm gonna go downstairs to read now. It's 12 o'clock. I'm gonna eat lunch soon, but I want to try to finish this book before then. I have like 80 pages left, and yeah, it's getting really sad. Like the whole like theme of it is sad, but like it's getting more sad. It's currently 12:30 and I'm getting pretty hungry, so I think I'm gonna eat some lunch. I'm gonna make mac and cheese and attempt to read while I do it. Okay guys, I made my mac and cheese and I'm gonna eat it and read some more of this book. I'm on page 170 now. Okay guys, I finished lunch and now I'm outside reading Sasha. You guys may have seen her in, I think it was my last week of school vlog. I don't know. But yeah, if you do not know who she is, she's basically like our neighborhood cat. She lives like around the corner, but she comes and visits us a lot, especially this summer. She has literally been living on our doorstep. Like every time we go out there, she's there.
She is so cute. Say hi, Sasha.
Yeah, it's 1:30 right now. I have about 25 pages left of If I Stay, and I will get back to you guys when I finish this book. Okay guys, I just finished If I Stay. I'm gonna go inside in a second to give my full review, but I had to finish the transition with Sasha right here. She's so cute. Bye Sasha, I gotta go. Bye bye. Okay, we're back in my room and I'm gonna give you guys my final quick little review of If I Stay. So this book ended up rating a 4 out of 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially for a book that my school assigned. No offense to them, but they don't always pick the best summer reading books. I also have the sequel to this book, which is called Where She Went, and I think I am gonna pick that up at some point this year. Not next. I can't read it in a row. There's also a movie that I'd be interested in watching, so I liked the storyline. I liked the writing, the characters. I liked everything about it. It was just like not a 5-star to me or anything like that. Like it's definitely not a new favorite. Nothing like stood out to me too much that makes it like 5 stars. Like I think it was just a 4-star. It was enjoyable to read. It was really sad. It makes you think. There were some parts that annoyed me, like we didn't really get an explanation as to why that happened, how she's like out of her body. Like I guess it's sort of implied, but like I thought we were gonna get like a full explanation at the end as to why that happened. I still feel like I want more closure, which I'm sure is why there's a sequel, but I feel like it could have been left as a standalone and they could have just added a couple more chapters or like an epilogue. But I'm still gonna read the sequel and see what happened, where she went. Yeah, I give it 4 stars. I liked it. But now it is time to choose our next read. But before I actually start reading my next read, I want to sort of do a new segue in this video into where I show you guys how I book journal, because I'm not going to stop the timer when I book journal in between books, because even though it's not technically reading, it's still sort of like bookish activities, and I thought it'd be fun to show you guys how I do that. But first I will pick my next read. Honestly, I kind of want to get to Divine Rivals because it's super hyped up right now. Let's see how long this one is. 350 pages. So I think this is what I'm going to read next. But like I said, I want to show you guys how I book journal first. So let's do that. So this is my book journal. I've had it for about 2 years, so I need to flip it till we get to 2023 right here. Now entering 2023, and we have to get to August. Okay, here we are. If I Stay is right here under books I need to finish this month, and we can just check off the little box next to it because, as you guys saw, I finished it. Right here I have my physical TBR. This is the hardest part because I have to find where I wrote the book. Oh, okay, it wasn't that hard to find. If I Stay is right here, so I'm going to highlight that. It's very difficult to do while this book is not laying down. And then my reading log, I'm just going to write it down here under my last read. All that I do is write the title of the book, the date I finished it, and my star rating. Next thing I do is fill in the next little box for my 2023 reading goal, which is 85 books. Here it is, all filled in. Next, tier tracker. This book did not really make me cry. Like, I was sad, but it did not make me cry, so it does not belong on the tier tracker. These are all the series that I'm reading this year, and technically that is a series. It's a duology, so I am going to add it in and fill in that I read the first book. Okay, here it is, and now whenever I read the sequel, I can fill out that second box. And my spring TBR, it's summer, is not a fantasy. And actually that's it. So that is how I do my book journal. Every time I finish a book, I go through and do pretty much all of that. So in case you guys were wondering, this is where we're at with the timer. It's currently 2:03 and we have 20 minutes. 20 minutes, oh my god. 20 hours and 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And we are going to start Divine Rivals. All I know is that this is a fantasy romance. I'm gonna read the synopsis to you guys so we can all get a sense of what this book is about before I start.
When two young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of hell in a war between gods to seal their fate forever. After centuries of sleep, the gods are warring again. But 18-year-old Iris Winnow just wants to hold her family together. Her mother is suffering from addiction, and her brother is missing from the front lines. Her best bet is to win the columnist promotion at the Oath Gazette. To combat her worries, Iris writes letters to her brother and slips them beneath her wardrobe, where they vanish into the hands of Roman Kit, her cold and handsome rival at the paper. When he anonymously writes Iris back, the two of them forge a connection that will follow Iris all the way to the front lines of battle. For her brother, the fate of mankind, and love. Divine Rivals is an epic enemies to lovers fantasy novel filled with hope, heartbreak, and the unparalleled power of love.
So it sounds like a really good fantasy with a mix of romance, historical, and I can't wait to get started. I think I'm gonna read this till I have to take a little break because my dad and I are going to get Chick-fil-A. But besides that, I'm gonna be reading for the rest of the day and maybe finish this book by tonight. Somehow managed to stop our timer at exactly 18 hours remaining. So yes, I am going to take my break now. Where can I put my phone? Where can I put this? We're gonna go on the floor with awful lighting. But quick update, I am 70 pages into Divine Rivals and I am absolutely loving it. This is like giving 5-star energy. I think it's gonna be a new favorite of mine, kind of like Fourth Wing was. Everyone was talking about that book and then everyone was in a slump from it, so they found a new book to obsess over, and that is this one. I'm loving the banter between the two love interests. I love how they're communicating through letters and he knows it's her but she doesn't know it's him. I love just like the vibes, the fantasy-esque feelings, like it kind of feels like a fairy tale. I love when books do this where they title the chapters something that's relevant to the chapter. Like it's so fun. Most books it's just like chapter 1, chapter 2. It just makes it so much more exciting when they have fun titles. Time for me to take a few hours off of this challenge because I have to go do some errands, going to Chick-fil-A to get dinner, but I promise once I get home I will resume the clock and we will get some more reading done. Ignore the air conditioner in the background, sorry about that, but I am a little bit over a third of the way into Divine Rivals and I still love it so far. The plot is getting really good. It's giving Timeless by Taylor Swift, which is so funny because I literally just uploaded a video where I recommended books as Taylor Swift songs. So like if I had read this book like a couple weeks ago, it would have been in that video. On page 133, it is currently 8:57, so basically 9 o'clock, and I have 16 hours remaining for this challenge. I'm hoping I can get to like 14 hours remaining, maybe 13 by tonight, so that I can do a lot tomorrow and then do a little bit on Sunday. So it's only 10 o'clock, but I think I'm going to call it quits for today. I have 15 hours left of this challenge and I have been reading all day, and as much as I love reading and I love this book, I literally love it so much, I think I do need to kind of step back from reading for the rest of the night because I am like and I'm so excited to finish it tomorrow, but I just don't think I can finish it tonight. I'm gonna go to bed soon and try to wake up early and then start reading this book. It is so good. I'm about halfway actually, like almost exactly halfway. I think Goodreads said it was 46%. Also, I look so tired right now. How does someone get so tired from reading all day? Like, I will see you guys tomorrow to continue this video and this challenge. I'm having so much fun, but I need a break. Now Saturday, August 5th, and when I woke up this morning, I read like 2 chapters of my book and it took like 20 minutes. So yeah, but I got ready, I ate breakfast, and now I'm going to officially start my reading for the day. I have about 15 hours and 20 minutes remaining of the challenge. Yesterday, me really thought I was gonna finish this in 2 days. I think I'm gonna have to carry this on to Sunday. But yeah, Divine Rivals. I'm on page 184, chapter 26, called Outshine, and I'm gonna read, and at some point you guys will probably see me downstairs or outside reading with one of the cats. Guys, I finished my second book of the video, Divine Rivals. Oh my goodness, guys. I am so glad I finally read this book. Everyone's been talking about it and I totally get it. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick little review. So I know like all throughout this video when I've been reading it, I've said I thought I was gonna give this book 5 stars. I ended up giving it a slightly lower rating. This might annoy some people, but I gave it 4.75 stars. So it was almost a 5 stars. I just don't think it's like up there with some of my 5-star reads. Like there was just something that happened at the end of this book that I felt like was really sudden and rushed. That's literally my only critique. Other than that, I enjoyed everything about it. The setting, the characters, the romance, the world building, the writing style, everything. I highly recommend reading this book, and the sequel comes out in December. I cannot wait. I have this sequel and the Fourth Wing sequel to look forward to at the end of this year. I literally am beyond excited for both of them. This book left off on quite a bit of a cliffhanger and I have no idea where it's gonna go. I still have the timer going, so I'm gonna keep this fast so I can quickly journal my thoughts on it and then start our next book. So we're officially under halfway through the 24-hour readathon. We have 11 hours and 42 minutes. So I'm gonna keep reading for the rest of the day. I want to read Boy Meets Boy next because I need something quick, sweet, and that won't take a lot of energy to read. I have the audiobook of this as well, so I can just kind of listen to the audiobook and read along. This is the book that I told you guys somebody annotated, like highlighted quotes, so that's gonna be fun. This book is so short. It's 185 pages, so this should not take me long at all. I'm going to read it and just let you guys know what I think. The back says, "Love is never easy, especially if you're Paul. He's a sophomore at high school." Oh my god, just like me.
They're his friends. Infinite Darlene, the homecoming queen and star quarterback. Joni, Paul's best friend, who may not be his best friend anymore. Tony, his other best friend, who can't leave the house unless his parents think he's going on a date with a girl. Kyle, the ex-boyfriend who won't go away. Rip, the school bookie who sets the odds. And Noah, the boy, the one who changes everything.
I can't stop thinking about Roman and Iris from Divine Rivals. Okay guys, I'm on page 15, the 3rd chapter, so not very far in, but I wanted to update you guys on how it's going because the audiobook is not what I was expecting. It's a very like much a full production, which I love. I just was not expecting it. Like in between every single scene, it plays like a little snippet of music and almost all the characters have a different voice actor. I'm 15 pages in. I'm enjoying it. The audiobook is definitely enhancing the experience. I'm gonna go outside and keep on reading. This book is very good. It's just sort of going through the narrator, Paul, and like it just talked about all his experiences through elementary school and middle school so we could get a backstory on his character. forgot to mention this in the last clip where I was talking, but I actually listened to my audiobooks on 2x speed, and the audiobook says it's 6 hours, so it's actually only gonna take me 3 hours, which is nice because I'll be able to read another book or two in this video. So I had to take a break because me, my sister, and my friend went out, but we're back. It's nighttime now. It is 10:04. I am going to stay up and finish this book. I have like, I don't know, a little bit over 2 hours of the audiobook left, and we're resuming our timer. Oh my god, you can see me in the iPad. That's embarrassing. I finished the book. I'm pausing it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I'll give you guys my full thoughts on this. Hi, it's the next day, and I'm here to give you guys my quick review of Boy Meets Boy. So, like I said, this book is basically about this high schooler. He's a sophomore, and his name is Paul, and he lives in a town that is very accepting and diverse. There's not a lot of bullying or anything going on, which I thought was a cool concept. It's sort of like a utopic town. I saw someone say that in their review, and like that makes perfect sense. And we basically just follow Paul throughout a few months of his sophomore year as he is dealing with an ex-boyfriend who won't leave him alone. He's meeting a new guy that he really likes. He's dealing with friendship troubles. Like, one of his best friends got a new boyfriend and she has been acting very different. There's a little bit of drama, but it's not like a drama heavy book. It's a very lighthearted, easy read. Like I said, it's only 185 pages. It's a very quick, fast-paced, and because it's so short, I feel like it doesn't have a lot of room for as much character development, but for being such a short book, I think the author did do a good job of developing the characters enough to where it is believable. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. It's nothing super special. I'm not gonna like remember it for very long, like details of it, because it was just very, very quick, and for what it was enjoyable, but it's not a new favorite or anything. That is what I felt about this book, and it is time to pick our next book. We have 8 hours. It is now Sunday. I thought this challenge would just be like 2 days, but I'm thinking it might be 3 or 4. So this is our stack of books that I want to read in August. There's a lot, but it's gotten shorter in this video. I've already read 3 books, but the 2 on the top were the ones I mentioned in the intro that I want to read. So we have 7 Days in June and Beach Read. To be honest, I'm not really in the mood for either of them. We have the rest of these to choose from since I'm not in the mood for either of these. And I said I was going to try to stick to my video TBR, but if something came up and I didn't feel like reading the books, I could change my mind. So I'm changing my mind. So for the rest of my TBR, we have The Lake, which is a mystery. We have one of my mom's books. We have Clockwork Angel, which is the second in a series. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom is a duology that I read a while ago, but I want to annotate them. Blood of Olympus, I'm waiting for my audiobook. It's the finale to a series. If He Had Been With Me, that's definitely a contender. I've been wanting to read this for a while. Losing Hope is the sequel. I don't really want to read that one right now. Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry. I don't know, maybe. And then Illuminae, I kind of want to read, but the thing is, everyone says you need the audiobook of that. Like, it's one of those books where, like, it's not the same without the audiobook. And I just feel like if people say that, they're probably right. So I don't have the audiobook at the moment, so I don't think I'm going to read that one. I think I kind of want to read If He Had Been With Me. Is that a bad idea? Everyone says that book is depressing. Guys, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to read If He Had Been With Me. I don't know why I'm gonna do this to myself on camera, but I kind of want to. If I can find the audiobook, great, I'll listen to it with this, but if not, I can just read it without it. But I'm very, very nervous. I don't know if this is a good idea.
This is what the book's about. So Autumn and Finn used to be inseparable, but then something changed, or they changed. Now they do their best to ignore each other. Autumn has her boyfriend Jamie and her close-knit group of friends, Finn has become that boy at school, the one everyone wants to be around. That still doesn't stop the way Autumn feels every time she and Finn cross paths, and the growing nagging thought that maybe things could have been different, maybe they should be together. And as time passes, Autumn realizes she might not get another chance to make things right before it's too late.
So I'm 100 pages into this book, and I am really, really enjoying it so far. Basically, Autumn and Finn are neighbors. Their families are very, very close. Like, their moms are best friends. They call each other's parents their aunt and uncle. and it's really cute. Like, they literally go into each other's houses casually just to like get stuff without knocking, like get food. They were best friends when they were younger, but as the back says, when high school started, they sort of drifted and had different friend groups, and they don't really talk that much, except they still spend holidays together. So there's a little bit of tension between them because they have so many memories from growing up, but now they both have significant others, their own friend groups, different popularity levels, and it's very, very interesting to read. So I'm gonna continue on. I really like this book. Pausing for a lunch break, 6 hours left. Hey guys, quick update. So I am now 70% through If You Had Been With Me. I am on page 263, and it's about 3 p.m. during the day, and I want to finish this book later tonight because I don't know, I don't have any plans tonight, and I think it would just be fun to binge the rest of this book tonight. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do, but I do still have like 4.5 hours left of this challenge and only about an hour and a half left of the audiobook. So I do need to read a little bit more throughout the day to reach the 24 hours. So we're saying goodbye to this book for until tonight, and we're going to do something a little bit different now. So I don't know if you guys remember, a few minutes ago in this video, I said that I wanted to reread Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom so that I can annotate them. That is actually what I'm going to be doing for today. So, Six of Crows, I read this book 2.5 years ago, and I loved it. It was one of my favorites, and I love the characters so much. And something that I love to do every summer is go back and reread some of my favorite series. I've done it with Shatter Me, The Hunger Games, Divergent, and I have yet to do it with the Six of Crows duology. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm still reading it, even though I already know what's gonna happen in the book, and I'm also just kind of tabbing it, annotating it, highlighting, underlining. I'm super excited to do this because I love this book so much, and it's just gonna be really fun. And then later tonight I'll finish If You Had Been With Me. Do not worry, I will be finishing that in this readathon. So time to start annotating Six of Crows. I'm so excited. Yeah, cue another montage of me reading / annotating. I hope you guys aren't tired of the sped up clips of me doing that. Out the wired headphones to finish the last 3% of this book so I can record my reaction. You guys know that sound on TikTok that's like, no, that was a lot of damage.
Now that was a lot of damage.
That's how I'm feeling right now after finishing If He Had Been With Me. Oh my goodness, guys. This book, I already told you guys sort of what it's about, but here's my little review that I've been doing after all these books. So like I said, it follows Autumn and Finny. It's sort of a coming of age with romance sprinkled in. It's like a love story, but it mentions like a lot of their elementary school and middle school years, but this book mainly follows them as they're going through all 4 years of high school. So it starts out their freshman year, and we're told right off the bat that something happens after they graduate. So we already sort of know what's gonna happen at the beginning, like it's hinted at, but it's not explicitly stated. And everything, this whole book just leads up to that. And then yeah, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's very sad. I ended up giving this book a 4.5-star rating. I really enjoyed reading it. There were a few little things that made me cringe. Like, I'm not even gonna get into it. If you've read this book, you may know what I'm talking about. That just made me cringe. But besides that, the only other thing that bothered me was there was some borderline, if not definitively, cheating, but like not really. I don't want to spoil the book for you guys, but yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars. I definitely did connect with the characters, and could definitely feel their love for each other. I love the dynamic of them being childhood best friends that are next door neighbors. Let's check on our little timer. I left it on, I was book journaling about this book, but oh my gosh, guys, we have 3 minutes left on the timer. What the heck? I cannot believe we made it to the end of the challenge. Do I read for 3 more minutes or do I not? I don't think I'm going to, because like, why would I start a new book right now? It's like almost midnight.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We did it!
Hi guys, we have reached the end of this video, of this reading for 24 hours, seeing how much I can read over the course of 24 hours. It did take me 3 days to reach the full 24 hours of reading, but I did do it. And the question on everyone's minds is, how much did Caitlin read? So this is what I read. I read 4 full books and then started annotating another one. I really hope you guys enjoyed and got some book recommendations. I very highly recommend this book, and I also recommend everything else too. So thank you guys so much for coming along with me in this video. I would not have been able to do it without you guys, so thanks. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!